Till now we have seen that Jalandhar was born from the ball of fire created to destroy Indra. Bhargava made Jalandhar his disciple and taught him all the arts and warfare and made him the king of the demons. Jalandhar's marriage with Vrinda and defeating Indra in the war. To know the complete story you can watch our Jalandhar videos part 1 and part 2. I've added the links to the description. When the Devas including Indra saw the demon coming, they became frightened and ran away. Under the leadership of Brahma, they went to Lord Vishnu in Vaikuntha and praised him and asked for his help. He bowed to Vishnu assuming various forms like Matsya, Kurma, Varaha and Vaman and praised him for his past actions in protecting the world. He requested them to save him from the demon king Jalandhar, who had thrown him out of heaven and disturbed the balance of the universe. Feeling powerless, the Devas took refuge in Vishnu and sought his intervention. When the Devas pleaded for help, Lord Vishnu assured them not to fear and swiftly rode on Garuda to face Jalandhar on the battlefield. As the Devas left, Lakshmi asked with tears in her eyes how he could harm her brother, but Vishnu explained that Jalandhar, being an aspect of Shiva, could not be killed. Armed with his weapons, Vishnu arrived on the battlefield empowering the Devas with his presence. The demons jumped here and there due to the winds of Garuda's wings and the angry Jalandhar attacked Vishnu. Strengthened by the might of Vishnu, the Devas prepared for war as Jalandhar had united his demons. Jalandhar urged his Asur warriors to fight bravely against Indra and the Devas, and called them cowards despite their large army. He ordered the Asuras to engage in battle fully armed and fearless, especially encouraging Shumbha and Nishumbha to quickly defeat the Devas. The Asuras, skilled in warfare, fought a fierce battle with the Devas, who were strengthened by the support of Vishnu. That fierce battle fought with various weapons was so terrible that even the sages who saw it became frightened. The demons attacked the Devas with spears, axes and sticks, causing the Devas including Indra to run away injured in fear. Seeing this, Vishnu immediately arrived on the battlefield riding on Garuda, shining with his Sudarshan Chakra and lotus in his hand. He roared loudly, filling the three worlds with his sound and started killing many demons with his arrows. Enraged, Jalandhar attacked Vishnu and their battle shook the entire universe. They delivered powerful blows. Vishnu cut off Jalandhar's weapons, while the Asuras made fierce counterattacks, even felling Garuda. Despite bearing the blow, Vishnu retaliated, splitting Jalandhar's weapons. Vishnu changed his form and addressed Jalandhar in a roaring voice. Vishnu was pleased with the bravery of Jalandhar. Vishnu praised Jalandhar as a great and fearless warrior, undefeated even by the most powerful weapons. He praised the bravery of Jalandhar and said that he had never seen such a hero in the whole world. Pleased with the strength of the demon, Vishnu asked him to ask for any boon. Jalandhar requested Vishnu to stay in his house along with his sister Lakshmi and her followers. Vishnu agreed and went to the kingdom of Jalandhar with Lakshmi and followers. Jalandhar returned to his kingdom pleased and appointed the demons to play the role of the Devas. He took the treasures of the Devas, Gandharvas and Siddhas and made them a part of his capital and ruled over the three worlds. Under the rule of Jalandhar, everyone lived happily, without disease, poverty or suffering. When Jalandhar ruled the earth, the Devas became mere slaves and became extremely distressed. They prayed to Lord Shiva for help and in response, Shiva sent sage Narad to aid them. The Devas welcomed Narad and told how Jalandhar had taken over their positions, even subjugating Vishnu because of the boon. He requested Narad for help in defeating Jalandhar. Narad reassured him and then went to the palace of Jalandhar. Jalandhar welcomed him with respect, and Narad praised his rule, and mentioned his visit to Mount Kailash where he saw the glory of Lord Shiva. Out of curiosity, Jalandhar showed Narad his wealth and power while Narad watched intently and wondered how to help the Devas. Narad praised Jalandhar's immense wealth and power, saying that he had everything one could wish for, from gems and elephants to the treasures of heaven. However, Narad pointed out that despite such prosperity, Jalandhar lacked the most important thing, an extraordinary woman. He said that a man's life is incomplete without the most beautiful woman. Jalandhar was astonished and asked where such a woman would be found. Narad told him about Parvati, the wife of Lord Shiva, who is the most beautiful and attractive woman in the world. He indicated that Shiva's true prosperity and power comes from having Parvati by his side. After planting this idea, Narad left, continuing his plan of helping the Devas. After Narad went to heaven, Jalandhar was fascinated by the beauty of Parvati and sent his messenger Rahu to deliver the message to Shiva. Jalandhar claimed that Parvati was too beautiful to be the wife of an ascetic like Shiva and demanded that Parvati be given to him. Jalandhar boasted about his power, saying that he had seized many treasures from the gods and had taken control of all three worlds. Humbled by the bright presence of Shiva, Rahu went to Kailash and conveyed the message of Jalandhar. He said that Jalandhar, as the ruler of the universe, is more worthy of Parvati than Shiva. Rahu insisted that Parvati should belong to Jalandhar, the lord of immense power and wealth. When Rahu gave the message of Jalandhar, a fierce creature emerged from Shiva's forehead, which frightened Rahu. Rahu begged Shiva for mercy, and Shiva, being merciful as always, ordered him to be released and said that those who sought refuge should not be harmed. After freeing Rahu, the hungry creature asked Shiva what he could eat, and Shiva told him to eat the flesh from his organs. His command was obeyed. Only his head was left, and Shiva, pleased with his loyalty, named him Kirtimukha and made him his gatekeeper to be worshipped by all devotees. You can watch the story of Kirtimukha. The link is given in the description below. Coming back to the story, after Shiva freed Rahu from his furious form, he returned to Jalandhar and told him everything about Shiva. Enraged, Jalandhar gathered his army and marched towards Kailash, determined to fight. Meanwhile, the Devas, including Indra, went to Shiva and pleaded for protection against Jalandhar, saying Jalandhar had taken control of heaven and has even subjugated Vishnu. Shiva assured him that he would defeat Jalandhar and got ready for war. Jalandhar's army laid siege to Kailash, but Shiva's entourage, including Nandi, Ganesha and Kartikeya, fought bravely. The battlefield was filled with the dead, and Shiva's men were struggling against the demons. To combat the demons, Shiva unleashed the mighty Kritya, who devoured many demons and captured Bhargava, causing the demon army to flee. Then Jalandhar entered the battle and struck down Kartikeya and Nandi with his make. Angered, Ganesha destroyed Jalandhar's weapon and Virbhadra fought a fierce battle but was ultimately injured by Jalandhar's weapon. Seeing their leader fall, the Gana ran to Shiva, who reassured them. Lord Shiva, riding on his vehicle Nandi and leading his Ganas, entered the battlefield in fierce form, fighting the demons with new strength. Seeing Shiva, the frightened demons ran away, but Jalandhar became angry and showered arrows on Shiva. Shiva easily countered the attacks of Jalandhar and killed many demons. In desperation, Jalandhar used magical illusions to distract Shiva by creating the appearance of divine beings. While Shiva was momentarily fascinated, Jalandhar, taking the form of Shiva, approached Parvati. Parvati realized the trick, disappeared from there and sought help from Lord Vishnu. Vishnu listened to him while paying obeisance to Parvati, who told him that Jalandhar could be defeated only by violating the chastity of his wife. Vishnu agreed and proceeded to the city of Jalandhar to carry out the plan. After reaching the city of Jalandhar, Vishnu decided to violate Vrinda's chastity to defeat Jalandhar. Using his powers of Maya, Vishnu gave Vrinda a disturbing dream where she saw her husband Jalandhar in a terrifying form. This upset Vrinda and she wandered around the city aimlessly, feeling uneasy. In his distress, he encountered a cool ascetic, who was actually Vishnu in disguise, and, horrified by what he saw, took refuge in the ascetic. The ascetic used his powers to show that Jalandhar had been killed. He made her see Jalandhar's dead body, which hurt Vrinda deeply. Believing her husband to be dead, Vrinda prayed to the ascetic to revive him. Vishnu, pretending to sympathize, revived Jalandhar and then disappeared. Vrinda spent several days with him, thinking that her husband was actually alive, but eventually realized the truth that he was Vishnu in the guise of Jalandhar. Angered at Vishnu for betraying her and violating her chastity, Vrinda cursed him, "O enemy of the demons, you who have insulted another man's wife, you are wicked. I curse you. The two beings you have revealed to me will become demons and will kidnap your wife. You will suffer the pain of separation from him and will wander with Shesh, the lord of snakes, who was your disciple. To find your wife you will need the help of monkeys in the jungle." After cursing, Vrinda entered the fire, despite Vishnu's efforts to stop her. As soon as she died, the Devas including Brahma saw his soul ascending to the abode of Shiva. Vrinda's genius merged with Parvati and the Devas celebrated her purity. Vishnu, filled with guilt and grief, stood silently, covered in the smoke of his pyre, unable to find peace despite the Devas trying to console him. After failing to find Parvati, Jalandhar returned to the battlefield and Shiva, realizing the confusion, became angry. Jalandhar attacked Shiva with arrows, but Shiva easily fought them off. Then Jalandhar created the illusion of Parvati being captured, due to which Shiva became momentarily disappointed. However, Shiva soon transformed into a terrifying form, causing the demons including Shumbha and Nishumbha to flee. Shiva created a powerful wheel and challenged Jalandhar to lift it. When Jalandhar continued to threaten Shiva, an angry Shiva attacked Jalandhar with Sudarshan Chakra, resulting in Jalandhar's head being cut off. His body fell, split into two, and his blood went to hell, and again a ball of fire engulfed Shiva. With the death of Jalandhar, peace was restored and the gods rejoiced, celebrating Shiva's victory. The story of Jalandhar is one of many stories in Hindu mythology that depicts the eternal struggle between good and evil, the complexity of divine justice, and the power of devotion. It is a reminder that even the most powerful being like Jalandhar cannot escape the consequences of his actions. The story of Jalandhar, Vrinda and the gods continues to inspire devotees, reminding them of the eternal virtues of truth, purity and devotion. Thanks for your time. If you like this story, please subscribe, like and share our stories with your friends and family. Thanks again for your time. Everywhere Shiva. See you soon in the next story.